Hello everyone, my name is Jake, and today we are going to be talking about the midterms and basically how Trump and the Republicans are stacking up currently against other midterms, specifically 2022 and 2018. So first let's just go with the current overview. The Senate is currently 53-47 Republican, and if we can look at the Senate elections, um the Senate is looking better for Republicans than the House. There's multiple reasons for this, but basically the biggest one is just because the Senate is the most Republican seats which are being up for contention are very safe, so it just makes it much better for the Republicans. The House though is really the big one, I would say. Um and I'm just going to look at the current polling, and then we'll compare that to other ones and see how it stacks up, and we'll see what the projections will be for it. So currently, it's +5 Democrats, as we can see. It's been relatively stable. Um, there's obviously been a couple of outliers, but generally the Democrats have been gaining support, which is pretty um normal. Well, it's not really normal, but it's not unusual because of how midterms work. Usually the opposition party almost always wins, and as we can see, went from 4.5 to 5. And that was from back here. So we are going to be comparing that to 2022 and 2018. We're going to go to 2022 first. So this is in February. We're currently February 4th, 2026. And February 4th, 2022, it was 3.9 Republican plus 3.9 Republican. And that's a bit under what it was for Trump's term. We can also look at Biden's approval rate to see how that currently stacks up. Um, Okay, we can also look at this, see how this stacks up. We can see uh February, whatever, it was like -13, which is a bit below Trump. Trump's at -12 on on this website, Real Clear Polling, which is a great website. It's pretty unbiased and I like to use it. Um, so currently, in 2020 for the 2026 midterms, Republicans are not doing as well currently as the 2022 midterms for Democrats. Which, let's keep in mind, both of these are really bad results for them. Um, so you need to keep in mind in 2022, the last midterms, there was generally an overperformance for the Democrats compared to the polls, as we can see above here. This doesn't show it, but they won the Senate, which they weren't projected to do, and also they barely lost the House, which they're projected to lose it by a lot. So this could be a factor. Potentially, there's some underperformance for Republicans because there's been this thing where, like people don't really expect two elections in a row where there's overperformances for one party. Obviously, Trump's basically the only person who has not done that, but um, as we can see, Republicans really only do well when Trump's popular, and right now he is really not. So we'll have to see how that holds up. And now we're going to be comparing it to the 2018 midterms. This was during Trump's first term. Trump was very unpopular during his first term. Especially at this point, he just wasn't very popular. Um, and we can see February. It was plus. Let's see. It was around +7 for the Democrats, which um is not very not very good for Trump. I think in 2018 that resulted in the Senate and the House going to the Democrats, or maybe just let's see, 20. It wasn't a good midterm for the Republicans either way. So they ended up losing the House, but they ended up keeping the Senate. So this was really a blue wave, and it was +7, but it kind of um ended up being, let's see, it was +7.3, so that's pretty stable, but ended up being +8.4. And this one's pretty stable also. So I think it will be around +5 to maybe around +6. In my opinion, with that projection, I think the Senate will stay Republican, but I think it'll be very close. Most important races are in Maine. We can check here. Maine, Florida. Actually, maybe not Florida. Maine, Ohio, Michigan, let's see. Alaska, which Alaska is actually important in the Senate. It's usually not important anywhere else, but it is here. New Hampshire with Chris, or I don't know if it's Chris. It's probably his brother Sununu. He's alive. It's a cool name. I gotta be honest. Um, and also we have Iowa and potentially the unpopular governor there will affect that race. Um, but historically, there's usually a blue or red wave after each midterm, so I'm gonna expect it's gonna be a blue wave. It just depends on if it's enough to take the Senate. But that's just my opinion. Thank you guys for watching. Um, on Sunday there'll be the second episode of my series. And we'll be talking about what happened in the last week. So thank you everyone for listening.